Top Gun remains one of cinema's most thrilling aviation dramas, remembered for its speed, iconic music, and powerful story of ambition, friendship, rivalry, and loss. Set in the elite world of naval fighter pilots, the film captured both the danger of the skies and the emotions behind courage, pride, and sacrifice. Today, we'll look back at the cast, their real names, ages, memorable roles, and the legacies they built, while also honoring the talented actors who are no longer with us. Let's return to a world of roaring jets, fearless pilots, impossible choices, and unforgettable bonds, where names like Maverick, Iceman, and Goose helped make this one of the most iconic films of the 1980s. Tom Cruise brought fearless energy, restless ambition, and undeniable charisma to Lieutenant Pete Maverick Mitchell, the gifted young naval aviator whose confidence often hid grief, insecurity, and a deep need to prove himself. Born Thomas Cruise Mapother IV on the 3rd of July 1962 in Syracuse, New York, he was 23 years old when the film was released in May 1986, just weeks before his 24th birthday. With his sharp smile, intense focus, and natural screen presence, Cruise turned Maverick into more than a reckless pilot. He made him feel like a young man chasing greatness while trying to outrun loss. The role became one of the defining moments of his early career, helping transform him from a rising actor into a global movie star. In the decades that followed, he built one of Hollywood's most enduring careers, with acclaimed performances in Rain Man, Born on the 4th of July, Jerry Maguire, Magnolia, and The Mission Impossible series. Known for performing many of his own stunts, Cruise became closely associated with commitment, discipline, and big screen spectacle. He later returned to the role in the 2022 sequel, bringing older, quieter emotion to a character audiences had loved for generations. As of July 2026, Tom Cruise is 64 years old, and his legacy remains tied to intensity, ambition, and a screen presence that still feels impossible to ignore. Val Kilmer brought cool confidence, quiet intensity, and unforgettable charisma to Lieutenant Tom Iceman Kazansky, the disciplined fighter pilot whose calm smile and sharp precision made him the perfect rival to Maverick. Born Val Edward Kilmer on the 31st of December, 1959, in Los Angeles, California, he was 26 years old when audiences first saw him in the role in 1986. With his icy stare, controlled voice, and effortless screen presence, Kilmer made Iceman feel more than arrogant. He gave him discipline, pride, and a deep sense of professionalism. The character's rivalry with Maverick became one of the film's most memorable emotional threads, turning competition into respect by the final act. Beyond the flight deck, Kilmer built a remarkable career with powerful roles as Jim Morrison in The Doors, Doc Holliday in Tombstone, Chris Shiherlis in Heat, and Bruce Wayne in Batman Forever. In 2015, he was diagnosed with throat cancer, and the treatments deeply affected his voice. But he continued to create, reflect, and inspire audiences. His return in the 2022 sequel became one of the most moving moments of his later career. Val Kilmer died in Los Angeles on the 1st of April 2025 from pneumonia at the age of 65. His legacy remains tied to rare talent, fierce individuality, and a performance as Iceman that still carries both strength and grace. Anthony Edwards brought warmth, loyalty, and heartbreaking humanity to Lieutenant Nick Goose Bradshaw, the lovable radar intercept officer, whose easy humor made him the emotional heart of the story. Born Anthony Charles Edwards on the 19th of July 1962 in Santa Barbara, California, he was 23 years old when the film was released in May 1986, turning 24 later that summer. With his gentle smile, relaxed charm, and natural chemistry with Tom Cruise, Edwards made Goose feel like more than a supporting character. He became the trusted friend, devoted husband, and joyful presence audiences immediately cared about. His bond with Maverick gave the film much of its warmth, while his tragic fate gave the story its deepest emotional weight. After this breakthrough role, Edwards built a respected career across film and television, especially as Dr. Mark Green on ER, a performance that earned him major acclaim and made him one of the most familiar faces on 1990s television. He also appeared in Revenge of the Nerds, Zodiac, and Inventing Anna. As of July 2026, Anthony Edwards is 63 years old. His legacy remains tied to sincerity, emotional honesty, and a performance as Goose that still brings both comfort and sadness to generations of viewers. Kelly McGillis brought intelligence, elegance, and quiet emotional strength to Charlotte Charlie Blackwood, the confident civilian instructor whose calm authority challenged Maverick both in the classroom and in matters of the heart. Born Kelly Ann McGillis on the 9th of July 1957 in Newport Beach, California. She was 28 years old when the film was released in May 1986, turning 29 later that summer. With her composed voice, graceful presence, and thoughtful expression, McGillis made Charlie feel more than a romantic interest. She became a woman of experience, independence, and professional confidence. Her chemistry with Tom Cruise gave the story warmth, while her character added maturity to a world driven by ego, risk, and competition. Before this role, McGillis had already earned major recognition for Witness, which brought her Golden Globe and BAFTA nominations. She later appeared in Made in Heaven, The House on Carole Street, and The Accused, showing a screen presence that could be both gentle and powerful. In later years, she stepped away from the center of Hollywood, focusing more on personal life, stage work, teaching, and a quieter path outside constant fame. As of July 2026, Kelly McGillis is 68 years old. Her legacy remains tied to dignity, honesty, and a performance that gave the film one of its most grounded and memorable characters. Tom Skerritt brought calm authority, warmth, and quiet wisdom to Commander Mike Viper Metcalf, the veteran instructor whose steady presence helped guide Maverick through pride, fear, and loss. Born Thomas Roy Skerritt on the 25th of August, 1933, in Detroit, Michigan, he was 52 years old when the film was released in May 1986, turning 53 later that summer. With his composed voice, thoughtful expression, and natural dignity, Skerritt made Viper feel like more than a commanding officer. He became a mentor, shaped by experience, discipline, and the memory of men he had seen rise and fall. His scenes carried a sense of history, especially when he revealed the truth about Maverick's father and helped the young pilot understand courage in a deeper way. Long before this role, Skerritt had already built a strong career with memorable performances in M*A*S*H, Alien, The Dead Zone, and The Turning Point. He later earned major television acclaim as Sheriff Jimmy Brock in Picket Fences, winning a Primetime Emmy Award for his performance. As of July 2026, Tom Skerritt is 92 years old. His legacy remains tied to understated strength, emotional restraint, and a screen presence that could make leadership feel both powerful and deeply human. Meg Ryan brought tenderness, brightness, and sincere emotional warmth to Carole Bradshaw, Goose's devoted wife and the loving mother, whose joyful presence gave the story a rare sense of home. Born Margaret Mary Emily Ann Hyra on the 19th of November 1961 in Fairfield, Connecticut, she was 24 years old when the film was released in May 1986. Though her screen time was brief, Ryan made Carole unforgettable with her sparkling smile, playful energy, and natural chemistry with Anthony Edwards. She gave the character a warmth that made Goose's family life feel real, turning a supporting role into one of the film's most beloved emotional touches. After this early appearance, Ryan became one of Hollywood's most recognizable stars of the late 1980s and 1990s, especially through romantic comedies such as When Harry Met Sally, Sleepless in Seattle, French Kiss, and You've Got Mail. Her charm, humor, and vulnerability helped define an entire era of screen romance. In later years, she stepped away from constant public attention, choosing a quieter path while still remaining deeply loved by audiences. As of July 2026, Meg Ryan is 64 years old. Her legacy remains tied to warmth, honesty, and a screen presence that could make even a small role feel full of life. Michael Ironside brought toughness, discipline, and a sharp commanding presence to Lieutenant Commander Rick Jester Heatherly, the no-nonsense instructor whose hard lessons forced Maverick to face the limits of instinct alone. Born Frederick Reginald Ironside on the 12th of February, 1950, in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. He was 36 years old when the film was released in May 1986. With his deep voice, stern expression, and intense screen authority, Ironside made Jester feel like a man who understood both the thrill and danger of aerial combat. He was not there to flatter young pilots or reward reckless confidence. He was there to test them, expose their weaknesses, and prepare them for the cost of real combat. That grounded severity gave the training scenes weight and helped balance the story's youthful energy with military discipline. Beyond this role, Ironside became one of cinema's most recognizable character actors, known for powerful performances in Scanners, Total Recall, Starship Troopers, The Machinist, and for voicing Sam Fisher in the Splinter Cell video game series. As of July 2026, Michael Ironside is 76 years old. His legacy remains tied to intensity, authority, and a rare ability to make even the hardest characters feel unforgettable. Tim Robbins brought quiet confidence, easy charm, and understated intelligence to Lieutenant Junior Grade Sam, Merlin Wells, the radar intercept officer whose calm presence added another layer to the young flight team's energy and rivalry. Born Timothy Francis Robbins on the 16th of October, 1958, in West Covina, California, he was 27 years old when the film was released in May 1986. Though his role was not the loudest in the story, Robbins made Merlin memorable through a relaxed screen presence that suggested skill, focus, and a steady awareness of the danger around him. His character helped complete the world of elite pilots and officers, giving the film a stronger sense of camaraderie and competition. In the years that followed, Robbins became one of Hollywood's most respected actors and filmmakers, earning widespread acclaim for Bull Durham, Jacob's Ladder, The Player, and The Shawshank Redemption. He later won an Academy Award for Mystic River, proving his ability to portray pain, guilt, and moral complexity with remarkable depth. As of July 2026, Tim Robbins is 67 years old. His legacy remains tied to intelligence, emotional range, and a career that grew far beyond one early role into some of modern cinema's most memorable performances. Clarence Gilliard Jr. brought focus, discipline, and quiet presence to Lieutenant Junior Grade Marcus Sundown Williams, the skilled radar intercept officer who added another memorable face to the film's world of elite naval aviators. Born Clarence Alfred Gilliard Jr. on the 24th of December, 1955, in Moses Lake, Washington, he was 30 years old when the film was released in May 1986. Though his role was not the largest, Gilliard gave Sundown a composed confidence that fit naturally within the tense, competitive atmosphere surrounding the pilots and their crews. His performance helped strengthen the sense of teamwork, pressure, and professionalism behind every mission. After this early screen appearance, he became widely known to television audiences as Conrad McMasters on Matlock, and later as James Jimmy Trivette on Walker, Texas Ranger, where his warmth and easy chemistry made him a familiar and beloved presence. Beyond acting, Gilliard dedicated much of his later life to education, teaching theater and film at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and mentoring younger performers with generosity and purpose. Clarence Gilliard Jr. died on the 28th of November, 2022, after a long illness. He was 66 years old. His legacy remains tied to kindness, faith, steady talent, and a career that touched both audiences and students. Rick Rossovich brought confidence, physical presence, and a sharp competitive edge to Lieutenant Junior Grade Ron Slider Kerner, Iceman's radar intercept officer and one of the most recognizable members of the elite flight group. Born Frederick Enrico Rossovich on the 28th of August 1957 in Palo Alto, California, he was 28 years old when the film was released in May 1986. With his athletic build, easy swagger, and naturally tough screen presence, Rossovich made Slider feel like a man fully at home in a world built on pressure, rivalry, and precision. Though the character was not at the center of the story, his loyalty to Iceman and his confident attitude helped make the training scenes feel more alive and competitive. After this memorable role, Rossovich continued to build a steady career in film and television, appearing in The Terminator, Roxanne, Navy SEALs, ER, and the police drama Pacific Blue. His performances often carried a mix of strength, charm, and masculine ease that made him stand out even in supporting roles. As of July 2026, Rick Rossovich is 68 years old. His legacy remains tied to 1980s screen charisma, quiet durability, and a supporting performance that still feels instantly familiar to longtime fans. James Tolkan brought stern authority, sharp discipline, and unforgettable intensity to Commander Tom Stinger Jordan, the commanding officer whose hard-edged presence helped define the pressure surrounding Maverick's world. Born James Stewart Tolkan on the 20th of June 1931 in Calumet, Michigan, he was 54 years old when the film was released in May 1986, turning 55 the following month. With his piercing stare, clipped delivery, and no-nonsense screen presence, Tolkan made Stinger feel like a man who had little patience for recklessness, but understood the burden of command. His scenes carried both frustration and concern, especially when Maverick's talent was threatened by ego and emotional risk. Though his role was brief, Tolkan gave the character a memorable force that made every warning feel serious. Beyond this performance, he became a beloved character actor, widely remembered as Principal Strickland in Back to the Future and its sequels, as well as for roles in War Games, Masters of the Universe, Dick Tracy, and A Nero Wolfe Mystery. As of July 2026, James Tolkan is 95 years old. His legacy remains tied to authority, precision, and a rare ability to make even a few minutes on screen feel commanding and unforgettable. John Stockwell brought youthful intensity, vulnerability, and quiet emotional weight to Lieutenant Bill Cougar Cortell, the talented pilot whose early crisis helped set the story's serious tone. Born John Stockwell Samuels IV on the 25th of March, 1961, in Galveston, Texas. He was 25 years old when the film was released in May 1986. Though his screen time was brief, Stockwell made Cougar memorable by showing the fear and pressure that could exist beneath the confidence of elite aviators. His shaken expression after a dangerous encounter in the sky revealed that courage was not simply about skill, speed, or pride. It was also about knowing when a man had reached his limit. That moment helped open the door for Maverick's journey and reminded audiences that even the best pilots were human. Before and after this role, Stockwell appeared in films such as Christine, Losenet, Radioactive Dreams, and North and South. He later moved behind the camera, becoming a successful director known for Crazy, Beautiful, Blue Crush, Into the Blue, and Turistas. As of July 2026, John Stockwell is 65 years old. His legacy remains tied to both acting and filmmaking, and to a brief but important performance that gave the story an early sense of danger and emotional truth. Adrian Pasdar brought youthful confidence, sharp energy, and a natural sense of cool to Lieutenant Charles Chipper Piper, one of the young naval aviators who helped fill the story with competition, ambition, and the restless spirit of elite flight training. Born Adrian Caven Pasdar on the 30th of April, 1965, in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. He was just 21 years old when the film was released in May 1986, making him one of the youngest actors in the cast. Though his role was smaller, Pasdar's presence added to the feeling of a new generation of pilots trying to prove themselves in a world where skill, courage, and ego were constantly tested. His early appearance showed the promise that would later define a long and varied career. After this breakthrough, he earned attention for Near Dark, Carlito's Way, and Prophet, before becoming widely known to television audiences as Nathan Petrelli in Heroes. He also worked as a director and voice actor, showing range across drama, action, and animation. As of July 2026, Adrian Pasdar is 61 years old. His legacy remains tied to quiet charisma, creative versatility, and an early screen role that captured the fearless energy of youth. Whip Hubley brought relaxed confidence, youthful charm, and a natural sense of camaraderie to Lieutenant Rick Hollywood Nevin, one of the skilled young pilots who helped give the story its competitive and high-spirited energy. Born Grant Shelby Hubley Jr. on the 17th of May, 1957, in New York City, he was 29 years old when the film was released in 1986. With his easy smile, confident manner, and clean-cut screen presence, Hubley made Hollywood feel like a pilot who belonged naturally among men driven by skill, ego, and the need to prove themselves. Though his role was not one of the largest, his character added texture to the group dynamic and helped make the flight school world feel fuller and more alive. After this memorable appearance, Hubley continued working in film and television, with roles in Ruskies, Life Goes On, Coneheads, Species, Executive Decision, Flipper, and more tales of the city. In later years, he stepped away from the center of Hollywood life and built a quieter path in Maine, while still remaining connected to acting through local theater. As of July 2026, Whip Hubley is 69 years old. His legacy remains tied to understated charisma, steady work, and a supporting role that still feels warmly familiar to longtime fans. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed looking back at the Top Gun cast and the powerful stories behind their unforgettable roles. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your favorite character, most emotional moment, or most memorable scene from the film in the comments. See you in the next video.